What's going on, gentlemen? My name is Jack Scrimshire with the Gentleman's Lounge, and today I'm going to show you how to trim your beard at home. Trimming your beard can be a daunting task for anybody. If you don't feel comfortable with it, don't worry about it. Go to a barber. It's okay to go to a barber for a professional trim. If it's your first time growing a beard and your first time trimming it, go see a barber. They're going to help you get that initial shape that you want. They're going to help you figure out what beard style suits your face and suits your beard growth patterns. And then from there, you can trim it yourself just to maintain it. Now, I just had my beard professionally trimmed about 2 weeks ago, so I'm not looking to take any length off here. I'm not looking to do any shaping. I'm really just going to follow the shape that I already have and do some maintenance of some hairs that I've noticed that are sticking out and just some places that need some touching up. I'll probably do a video later on of an actual beard transformation at home and how you would go about taking where you are and creating a shape, a different shape, changing the way it looks entirely. So if you want to see that, drop a comment down below and I'll make sure that it happens. Now, the great thing about trimming at home is you only need one tool, and that's a set of clippers. These were probably $30 off Amazon. You can pretty much just pick up any pair of clippers that you like. Just make sure that you keep them in good shape and you oil them so they stay nice and sharp and you won't have any problems. So I'm not going to do too much talking through this. I'm just going to kind of get into it and let you watch the process. And as things come up that I'm doing, I'll explain kind of what I'm doing. So here we go. So to start out, I'm going to take a fine tooth comb. And I know this isn't a nice comb. It's not made of wood or a nice plastic that won't cause static. But it's all that I have right now. I have more Kent combs on the way. I just broke mine, so this is what I have, and it'll work for what I need. So I'm going to comb everything down like so. And I'm just coming through, and I'm trying to make sure that everything is the way that it will lay when I style my beard. I'm not actually going to put any styling products in, but I'm going to make sure it looks as close to how I would normally style it. So that's pretty good. All right. The other thing, never wet your beard before you trim it, because what happens is your beard hairs will actually hang lower than they normally will, and they won't curl the way that they would. So when they dry up, it's going to look completely different than when you trimmed it. So make sure your beard is completely dry before you trim it. Now, as you can see, again, I really don't have much to take off here, just a couple little stragglers and stuff. So I'll show you how that looks. All right. So clippers coming on, and what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to follow the shape of my face, and I'm going to keep the clippers at a parallel, or I guess perpendicular to the ground, okay? And I'm going to come straight down from the top and just follow the curvature and the natural shape of my beard that I have from my last trim, okay? So start doing that. And I'm always doing long, full strokes from top to bottom. And you'll hear, you're not hearing like a lot of noise come out of the clippers as if it's cutting a lot. It's really only taking a few hairs on each pass. Alright, now as you go through this, just keep combing it, making sure that any other hairs that want to pop out do, and you can get those. And that's all that there really is to it. Alright. And what I'm doing here is I'm just lightly rocking my head so that I can help get that natural curve at the bottom, because I don't want a perfectly cubed beard here. So I'm going to just rock my head to help give it that angle. And here I'm really just keeping the clippers mostly steady and moving my head to get the cuts. Alright, so on the bottom, actually I am going to do a little tiny bit of shaping. So I can see that from the last trim that I got, there's a little bit of unevenness where this side is sticking a little bit lower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come underneath and bring that up just a little bit. And so you'll see here, I'm not cutting into it, I'm not going up, I'm just lightly doing this little feathering to help get it out of there, alright? And then I'm seeing some hairs down there that probably could go, that just kind of stick out, so I'm going to get rid of those as well. Alright, and around the edges, now I'm just feathering it to kind of get those edges nice and round. And that's pretty much it. That's got, you know, a good 80 to 90% of the hairs that were sticking out. They're gone. You can see it looks quite a bit cleaner. It's a lot more lined up. And there's not quite as many hairs sticking out. So I think I'm pretty good with how this turned out. I think I'm going to leave it there. Again, with these at-home beard trims, you want to be careful that you're not doing too much. You can't always get the angles. You see me kind of squirming around trying to get these angles and see what I'm doing. It's really important that you understand what you can see and you understand your capabilities and really work with that, right? You don't want to, how do I say this? You don't want to try something and have it not work to the point that you have to cut it off and start over, right? So I'm only going to do a little bit at a time, and if I get to a point where I'm like, yeah, that's 80-90% good, from my experience, when you try and get that last 10%, you really, that's when you screw it up. So be extra careful, take your time, go slow, and just don't try and overextend yourself. Don't try and do too much. This looks great. This is nice and shaped. I got that uneven piece out of there. It's got a nice shape around here and around there, and part of that's because I just got it trimmed. But if you do this regularly and you keep it up, then you'll keep that. The other thing I forgot to mention is on the sideburns. I like to keep my sideburns pretty short, so you'll see there it's not very long compared to the rest of my beard, right? And if you like that look too and you feel comfortable doing it for yourself at home, the best way to do that is take this comb, or a nicer one, pull it out, and you kind of angle the comb, and then you would just, so you angle the comb like this, you pull it out to give it a nice little fade, and then you just come in like that and you go along the comb and take out those pieces of hair, and it'll give it that nice little taper into your sideburns. Okay, so that's it for trimming your beard. If you guys like this video, let me know, give me a thumbs up. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or would like to see a more in-depth guide of how to shape and really renovate the way that your beard looks at home, let me know and I'll absolutely make a video about it. And of course, if you like this content and you want to see more of it every Monday and Friday, 2 times a week, go ahead and subscribe to our channel and you'll get notifications as soon as we release a video. As always, gentlemen, I'm Jack Scrimshire with the Gentleman's Lounge, and until next time, stay classy. If it's your first time trimming your beard, again, go to a barber. If you've never trimmed it and it's your first time growing and trimming your beard, oh my God, what are you doing? Here he is. Hi, buddy. Okay, come on, let's go outside. Come on. Go on.